This one is going to be the 10th out of 12 delights to wish this year good night from Shelter Point. Um, yes, that's what it is, the 10th. And they're not in any particular order. They are random because, as you may already know, since you may have already watched these, all of the bottles fell out of their little pigeonholes and ended up flat on the bottom of the box. So I had no way of knowing which one was which because there were no numbers on them or anything like that. Right now, to get my palate calibrated and lined up, I've been drinking some of the Yvan Cournoyer Weiser's Hockey Alumni series. Yeah, and here is what I've got left of that. A nice easygoing dram at 40%. Just enough corn sweetness. Just enough rye. Perfect balance. Get everything lined up so that it works properly. And of course, don't forget the water. All right, well, I'm going to down this before I choose yet another one of these Shelter Point gems. Another one of these delights to wish this year good night. 27th of December. But these are not done according to any days of the calendar because I received it. I received the package late. So I started it when I could. I'm going to reach in here. And I'm going to choose the middle one of the three. I don't know what it is, but it's the middle one of the three that were left there. So not the closest one to me and not the farthest one to me, but the one right in the middle. And I have not seen the label. I do not know what it is. Oh, thank you. Another loose cap, or at least another one that isn't so tight that I need to get the vise grip to open it up. All right, let's pour this baby here. You can see that I'm keeping the stop sign to your side, so I can't see what's on the label. The label is split on the back. See, it's split, and that's the side I keep to me. And I will lay it down so as to get the last drops out of it. Aha! There are a few drops sticking to the sides. I'm guessing maybe another strong one. I'm not getting much on the nose. What does that mean? The alcohol is probably acting as an anesthetic, not giving over much, not giving up much of the aroma. Okay. I'll come back to it. Oh, this is probably cast strength again. I have to clean everything out. That might help. Because I was not getting much at all. Okay. I'm still not getting all that much at all. Let's give it the old anaconda. And have a look. Oh, shooting action. Trails of droplets. I washed this one very well too, and look at how many trails of droplets there are going down all the way around the glass. Beautiful. And it's like there's about 8 millimeters between the trails. It's great. I still know how to wash a glass. I'm getting some fruitiness, some pears. A bit of apple, a touch of cinnamon. Not much more than that. Wait, maybe there's a bit of maltiness creeping in if I dig really deep and I make like the aardvark in the Pink Panther cartoons. And pull as hard as I can. Yeah, cinnamon. And a little bit of a cereal note. Bringing the two together to make a cinnamon toasty applejack kind of thing. Now, I haven't got cinnamon toasty applejacks on the nose in a long time. I just had my brunch consisting of apples, red delicious apples, heavy garlic, mini dill pickles, some olives, some beer sausage, some German sausage, some Genoa salami, hot Genoa salami, and there was also some Cheerios, so I did get some cereals in there, and there was a pickled egg. I know my tastes are weird. That's how come I like whiskey. But I don't taste any of that anymore because I've had plenty of water to drink with it, and I washed it down with my Vin Cournoyer. So that should, keep my palate cleansed enough. This one opens up slowly, but I suspect that it is also another high ABV because I'm just not getting that much on the nose. As soon as it gets in my mouth, I'll be able to tell whether it's, hot or not. And yesterday's really hot 61% single malt spirit was confirmed to be from Isla casks. We're not supposed to say which, or if we are employees of Shelter Point, we are not supposed to say which distillery they're from, but they're ex-Isla casks. So my suspicions of ex-Isla were corroborated, shall we say, when I tasted it, and I got that note on yesterday's video in the comments. It was the one comment that was on that video. I don't know if there's another comment on it yet, but it's yesterday's video. And we did the whole premiere thing, and there were comments in the premiere, but unfortunately you can't go back to the premiere comments once the thing has premiered, correct? I don't know. So almost 10 minutes in, and I've barely scratched the surface of this one. Okay, I'm going to taste it and probably get burnt out. Huh. It's not that hot. I'm getting a lot of that Tootsie Roll chocolate. I'm getting some fruity notes creeping in on the sides, but mostly it's a Tootsie Roll chocolate, front and center. I wonder which variant this is. I'm not getting any of that coffee note that I was getting from the Isla casks. Okay, the second sip gives me pears front and center, and pears still hanging on, but to the bottom and to the sides, I'm getting that Tootsie Roll chocolate again. Interesting. And it's not burning my tongue, and it's not hugging me too tightly. So I would give it an alcohol percentage somewhere in between 46 and 50. Okay, it might be 51, but really somewhere in that range, I think. Again, the nose. The fruits, like there, want to move aside a little bit. They're still there, but they're not screaming for attention now. I get that Tootsie Roll chocolate again. On the palate again. Fruits up top in the front, Tootsie Roll chocolate in the back and on the sides. Yeah, not very complex, probably not very old either, as every Shelter Point is under 10 years. Let's give it a little bit of water to see if that does anything to bring anything out that may be hiding underneath that pear and Tootsie Roll chocolate. It's leaving quite a residue on the inside of my mouth. Pears and Tootsie Rolls. Yep. Once again, pears and Tootsie Rolls. And there's a sweetness there too. A sweetness that does so much as to dry up the palate. I'd give it a medium finish. There's still that sweet pear in the front and center, and on the sides and in the back is the Tootsie Roll chocolate. If anything, that 1 or 2 little drops of water that I gave it is opening it up. Excuse me. And making the few flavors that are there all the more intense. Yes. The pear has become sweeter. Maybe a hint of lemon in there. The Tootsie Roll chocolate is not as chocolatey as it was with the addition of water. Interesting. Well, I want to find out what this is. And it says Ripple Rock Whiskey. Okay, that's one that I have a bottle of, but I haven't tried yet. The Ripple Rock Whiskey. Now, I kind of get it, you know. You got that chocolate around the sides, and then there's a great big explosion of pears with a little bit of lemon right in the middle. It's like you can see the explosion. In fact, I've seen the footage of the Ripple Rock explosion. This happened back in the 50s, I think, where they had a great big rock that was a danger for the navigation of ships. And so what they did was they built tunnels underneath the water and underneath the ground and underneath the rock, and they just stuffed these tunnels full of TNT. And then one day they blew the whole thing up, and you could see all this water just flying up in the air from this ginormous explosion. In fact, it's the biggest explosion, I believe, that was ever exploded in Canada, or was it the biggest non-nuclear explosion ever orchestrated? Anyway, it blew the rock up and made a channel where the rock used to be so that the ships could go through. And this is the Ripple Rock Whiskey. This is my first taste of it. Batch number 1, virgin oak finish. Oh, okay, there's a virgin oak finish. Huh, interesting. I didn't get so much of the virgin oak at all. I didn't get as much oak as I did in yesterday's 2-year-old ex-Isla matured spirit. What else does it say on here? Okay, batch number 1, virgin oak finish, non-chill filtration, product of Canada, 47%. See, I was right. I knew it was somewhere between 46 and 50. 50 mils, yes, and nothing else here to describe it other than that. It does not say that it's kosher, so that we can assume it is not kosher. All right. Get the last few drops out of there. This is quite interesting. I knew it wasn't your garden variety Shelter Point. And I didn't know what to expect from the Ripple Rock, so I want to thank the good people at Shelter Point for putting this in their calendar. It is excellent now that I have an idea. Okay. Now I get the finish. Now that I know what it is, as soon as you suggest what it is in there that makes it what it is, it becomes obvious. You go, oh, yeah, of course. Why didn't I see that before? Why didn't I see the virgin oak finish? And I think the virgin oak finish is what's giving it that dryness on the palate at the end, on the tongue and on the sides. And that could also be where the Tootsie Roll is coming from. And there's that explosion right in the middle. This is beautiful the way they made this. It makes me think of that explosion. Fabulous whiskey. Cilantro. Or, wait a minute. No, we can't say that. It's not a scotch. I should only say cilantro when it's a scotch. I don't know what it was. Was it Lissahepton? Something like that.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Food Quig.
Yeah.